get a check of the forecast.
You know what? It is so dry out. It does not surprise me that it sounds like it didn't take that much to start a grass fire like that.
That's true.
Yeah, we really need some rain out there. I mean, we've been enjoying some nice days.
Oh, this is perfect.
Right?
It is awesome out there.
But we could use some rain. But not tonight, because it's such a great night, right? For most areas and most people, because it's banner night here in Boston for the Celtics, and we have a game-winning forecast for us. Roller coaster temperatures in the forecast, too. I am tracking highs in the 50s soon, and a low rain chance. Very dry for much of the week, but there's a little glimmer of hope for a couple spots, but just a couple sprinkles really in the forecast. You'll see the temperatures. We're in the 60s now after being in the low 70s in Boston a bit earlier. We've had a change in our winds from the east and northeast. How about 73 in Norwood right now, 74 in Bedford, 78 in Worcester, 81 in Taunton. Yeah, temperatures 60s, 70s, low 80s in the area right now. But as we're heading off, maybe to TD Garden for the season opener for the Celtics, you'll notice the temperatures for Boston going down from the mid 60s about 5 o'clock this afternoon toward the low 60s at 7 o'clock and the 50s toward 9. Mostly clear skies in the forecast. A dry evening out there for us. So I really hope you enjoy the warm weather and the nice weather that we have in store for this evening and tonight. Some changes are on the way, though. As we go through tomorrow, we'll likely have temperatures into the low to middle 70s by the afternoon. But here comes a cold front, and that front will bring a change in our winds. And so by the time we roll into our Thursday, we'll have temperatures into the lower 60s in Boston. And then you'll notice with the temperatures, falling even more going into Friday. How about some mid and upper 50s Friday afternoon? We have more of a roller coaster pattern for the next several days, up and down. You'll notice 64 for Thursday, 59 for Friday, back to 63 into Saturday before another front moves in into Sunday. We'll have temperatures in the low 50s. Unfortunately, those fronts are not bringing a significant amount of rain for us. And so that's bad news when we talk about the dry conditions. So right now there's a red flag warning in effect for areas here. That's going to be for mainly Connecticut for tomorrow morning through at least the evening hours. They're going to have some dry ground fuels, also some gusty winds at times. Let me show you some of these winds gusting even in the Commonwealth here up to about 25 miles an hour for Worcester, 22 miles an hour in Framingham, Brockton there at 23 miles an hour. That's going to be a problem for any small fires to become large very quickly. Even into our Thursday, continued dryness behind this front, we might see a sprinkle, but it won't do anything really in what we really need it for to really give us a good soaker. So warm temperatures, low relative humidity, we have gusty winds, dry ground fuels. That's a recipe for an elevated fire risk for Massachusetts. That's tomorrow, and that red flag warning for even for Connecticut. So you'll see here tomorrow, going into Thursday morning, there could be a sprinkle. Into Saturday, there's a sprinkle into the afternoon. It's just not a lot. I'll show you this on First Alert Futurecast. Here comes the front. It moves in. This is Thursday morning at 11. Some of the models are hinting at maybe a couple little sprinkles, maybe an isolated shower moving in early in the day. And that's about it. It's really not a lot of wet weather. Friday is dry. Then we wait on this next front to move in later in the day for Saturday. And when we look at it, it's just not very promising for a lot of us. So we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed that as we move into November, maybe we'll see some wet weather. But as you look at the 10-day forecast for much of the rest of this month, not a lot of hope. You'll see it right there. 52 degrees. We'll talk about the temperatures there Sunday afternoon. How about morning temperatures Monday at 37 degrees? Some models saying some areas could be in the upper 20s Monday morning. And then for Halloween afternoon, we'll see temperatures about 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies.